Veteran forward Claude Giroux has agreed to a 3-year contract with the Ottawa Senators. And now all of a sudden the Sens are looking pretty damn good up front. We'll get into the details of the contract right now. Hey everybody, so another big name in free agency this year is officially off the board. This did not take long. Claude Giroux is going to the Ottawa Senators on a 3-year contract worth $6.5 million per season. And man, the Sens are building quite a forward group up there in Ottawa. This is a team that's been rebuilding for the last few years, but is really starting to look like they could be coming out of that rebuild phase and start to put some wins on the board. And they traded for Alex DeBrincat earlier this offseason. They just made the deal for Cam Talbot to come in and be their goaltender. Now they get Claude Giroux in free agency. I still think they're missing a piece or two on the back end especially, but this Senators team should be much improved this coming season from where they've been the last couple. And boy, oh boy, does Claude Giroux play a big role in that. So let's take a look at it here. Pierre LeBrun with the news. Claude Giroux, who's from Ontario, agrees to a 3-year deal with the Ottawa Senators, $6.5 million per season, which for a player that can still produce a point per game the way that Claude Giroux can, not a bad cap hit at all for Giroux. He is a little bit older, and we don't know how long he's going to keep up this point production, but it's not too long of a deal, and it's a very reasonable cap hit. I love this for the Ottawa Senators. And if we take a look at Giroux here and what he's done, obviously longtime Philadelphia Flyer, was their captain, had some amazing seasons in Philadelphia, and then got traded at the deadline last year, was really struggling with the Flyers last season, but Philadelphia was awful, so that's not all that surprising. Only had 42 points in 57 games. Then he gets traded to Florida, which was obviously an absolutely offensive juggernaut. 23 points in 18 games with the Panthers to close out the regular season. Very good finish to the year for Giroux in Florida. Then in the playoffs, 8 points in 10 games. Not great, not terrible. 34 years old, obviously, longtime veteran, is going to bring a lot of leadership and experience to that Ottawa locker room, who still overall is a very young team and needs a player like that. He was a longtime captain in Philadelphia. This is a great locker room get for the Ottawa Senators, and he's still a very solid player as well. Overall, he had 65 points in 75 games last year, so a little bit below a point per game. I still think if he has a good year, he can be an 80-point guy for the Sens if he has a really solid year this coming season. And at the very least, you're going to get in that 60 to 70-point range from Giroux, and I still think he can be better than that and have an 80-plus point season, even at 34 years old. So, to me, this makes a ton of sense. He's almost to 1,000 career points. He's over 1,000 career games played, and I love this for the Ottawa Senators. I love what Ottawa's done this offseason. It's weird because, they haven't been good in the last few years, but man, Pierre Dorion and what he's done with the Sens, acquiring DeBrincat, acquiring Giroux, acquiring Talbot, these are all moves that I absolutely love for Ottawa. And I think they are going to be a significantly improved team next year from where they've been at the past couple. And Giroux is absolutely going to play a part in that. I think, you've got at least 70 points coming from him next season, playing with a lot of young, talented players in Ottawa, guys like Batherson and Tkachuk and Norris and DeBrincat. I mean, there's so much young talent with the Sens now up front. I mean, he's going to put up points. He's going to be a very important locker room guy, and he's going to play a big leadership role on this team as well. So I think getting Claude Giroux on a deal that is not too long for a 34-year-old at 3 years. It's not like they signed him to a 5-year deal or anything like that. It's a reasonable length. It's a very reasonable cap hit for a guy who I still think can produce at a point per game. And $6.5 million, this is a great deal all around for the Ottawa Senators and very, very well worth it. So Claude Giroux off to Ottawa, back home to Ontario, and man, I just think this is a home run move for Ottawa. They have so much young talent. Now they bring in a veteran leader who can still produce at a high level offensively. And I'm blown away by how improved the Senators have gotten just over the last couple of weeks. Really, no, the last week, I forget exactly how long ago that DeBrincat trade was now, but really, just the last 3 major moves that Ottawa's made have all significantly made them a better team. And I'm very, very excited to see what Ottawa is able to do next season. I think we're going to see a lot more wins out of the Sens next year than what we saw this past year. So very impressed with what Pierre Dorion and the Sens management group is doing with that roster right now. And Giroux is another one that I really, really like a lot going into that Ottawa lineup. So with that, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our merchandise store, membership, and donations down in the description as well. Please don't forget to spread the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be talking again very, very soon as free agency day continues.